Hold on to your passports, folks, because things just got a whole lot stricter. The new border policy is here, and it's going to change the way we travel, work, and live in Germany. Germany, the land of beer, bratwurst, and surprisingly efficient bureaucracy, has decided to revamp its border policy. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a comprehensive overhaul aimed at tightening security and regulating the flow of people across its borders. And it's a big deal. Not just for the casual tourist looking to snap a selfie with the Brandenburg Gate, but for the future of immigration, European unity, and that whole open borders thing we've been hearing about. The Schengen Agreement, which allows for passport-free travel across many European countries, might feel the impact of these changes. This isn't about building walls, though some might argue it's a step in that direction. It's about implementing more rigorous checks and balances. The aim is to ensure that those who enter the country do so for legitimate reasons and adhere to the rules and regulations set forth by the German government. It's about control. Germany wants to control who comes in, how long they stay, and what they do while they're there. This means more thorough background checks, stricter visa requirements, and increased surveillance at border checkpoints. Whether you're a backpacker from Brazil or a refugee from Syria, this policy has something for you. For tourists, it might mean longer wait times and more paperwork. For refugees and asylum seekers, the process could become even more daunting, with additional scrutiny and longer processing times. And spoiler alert, it's probably not good news. The new policy aims to prioritize national security and economic stability over the ease of movement. This could lead to a more fragmented Europe, with each country implementing its own set of stringent rules, making travel and migration more complicated than ever before. The policy has sparked debates and protests, with some arguing that it undermines the spirit of European unity and freedom of movement. Others believe it's a necessary step to protect national interests and ensure the safety of its citizens. The impact of this policy will be felt across various sectors. Families might find it harder to reunite, students could face more hurdles in studying abroad, and business professionals might encounter more red tape when attending international conferences. Advanced technology will play a significant role in this new policy. Expect to see more biometric scanners, advanced security systems, and even drones monitoring the borders. The future of border control is here, and it's more high-tech than ever. As the new policy rolls out, community leaders and local governments will need to address the concerns of their citizens. Public forums and town hall meetings will become crucial platforms for discussing the implications and finding ways to adapt to these changes. So, stay informed, and keep an eye on the news. The new border policy is set to reshape the landscape of travel and immigration in Germany, and its ripple effects will be felt far and wide. Whether you're planning a trip, seeking asylum, or just curious about the future of European borders, this is a story you'll want to follow closely. So what's actually changing? In a nutshell, more checks more often for more people. Think airport security, but for crossing the border. Imagine longer lines, more paperwork, and maybe even a few awkward questions about your intentions in Germany. Fun times. The official reason for this crackdown? You guessed it, security. Germany, like many countries, is worried about terrorism, organized crime, and the ever-elusive threat of illegal immigration. By tightening the screws at the border, they hope to keep out the bad guys and, well, anyone else who doesn't fit their increasingly narrow definition of desirable. Remember those temporary border checks that popped up a few years ago, the ones that were supposed to be, temporary? Yeah, those are here to stay. Germany has decided to extend these checks indefinitely, which basically means they can stop and question anyone, anytime, for any reason, or no reason at all. Now imagine you're a cross-border commuter, happily going about your day, when suddenly you're stuck in a 2-hour line because some guy in a uniform decided it was random check day. Or you're a business traveler trying to make an important meeting, only to be grilled about your grandmother's maiden name by a suspicious border agent. Not exactly the smooth, hassle-free travel experience one hopes for. Why now? Why has Germany decided to extend its border controls at this particular moment in time? Unpacking the reasons behind the change requires us to look at a variety of factors, both recent and historical. The timing of this policy shift is no coincidence. It's a calculated move influenced by multiple layers of social, political, and economic pressures. Remember the refugee crisis a few years back? It was a pivotal moment that reshaped the landscape of European politics. The one where millions of people fled war and persecution seeking safety in Europe. This massive influx of refugees created a humanitarian challenge of unprecedented scale. Yeah, that had a big impact on Germany. The country found itself at the forefront of the crisis, taking in more refugees than any other European nation. While some welcomed the newcomers with open arms, seeing it as a moral duty and an opportunity to enrich the cultural fabric of the nation, others felt overwhelmed and anxious about the influx. The sudden demographic changes led to concerns about integration, security, and resource allocation. This new policy is, in part, a response to that anxiety. It's an attempt to address the fears and concerns of those who feel that their way of life is under threat. It's about appeasing those who feel threatened by the other and reassuring them that Germany is still in control of its borders. The government wants to show that it is taking decisive action to maintain order and security, and reassuring them that Germany is still in control of its borders. This move is also a signal to the international community that Germany is serious about its border policies. Of course, it's also about politics. With elections looming, politicians are eager to appear tough on immigration and security. They want to project an image of strength and decisiveness to win over voters. Politicians are eager to appear tough on immigration and security, even if it means sacrificing some of that whole welcoming and tolerant image Germany has been cultivating. The political landscape is highly competitive, and every party wants to show that they have the best solutions for the country's challenges, even if it means sacrificing some of that whole welcoming and tolerant image Germany has been cultivating. The balance between security and openness is a delicate one, and the government is constantly navigating this complex terrain. Historically, Germany has prided itself on being a beacon of hope and a land of opportunity. The country has a long tradition of welcoming those in need, and this has been a cornerstone of its national identity. However, the recent changes in policy reflect a shift in priorities. The government is now more focused on ensuring the safety and security of its citizens, even if it means tightening its borders. The debate over immigration and border control is far from over. It continues to be a contentious issue that divides public opinion. Some argue that stricter controls are necessary for national security, while others believe that openness and compassion should remain at the forefront of Germany's policies. As Germany moves forward, it will need to find a way to balance these competing interests. The decisions made today will shape the future of the country and its role in the world. The question remains, can Germany maintain its values of openness and tolerance while also addressing the legitimate concerns of its citizens? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, the world will be watching closely as Germany navigates this complex and challenging issue. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the implications of this significant policy shift. Travelers beware. What to expect at the border. Crossing international borders can be an exciting yet daunting experience. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-timer, knowing what to expect can make the process smoother and less stressful. So you're still planning that trip to Germany? Good for you. Germany is a beautiful country with a rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning landscapes. But before you get lost in the excitement of your upcoming adventure, let's talk about what you need to know to ensure a hassle-free entry. Just be prepared for a few more hurdles along the way. Border control can be a meticulous process, and it's essential to be well prepared to avoid any unnecessary delays or complications. From security checks to document verification, every step is crucial. First things first, make sure your passport is up to date and valid for at least 6 months after your planned departure date. This is a common requirement for many countries, including Germany. An expired or soon-to-expire passport can lead to denied entry, and that's the last thing you want. Trust me, you don't want to be that person turned away at the border because their passport expired last week. It's a simple yet critical step that can save you a lot of trouble. Always double-check your passport's expiration date well in advance of your trip. Next, brush up on your German. While it's true that many Germans speak English, making an effort to learn a few basic phrases can go a long way. It shows respect for the local culture and can make your interaction smoother and more pleasant. While most border agents speak English, a little Guten Tag goes a long way. Simple greetings and polite phrases can make a positive impression and set the tone for a friendly interaction. Plus, it can be a fun way to immerse yourself in the local language. And finally, be prepared to answer some questions about your trip. Border agents are responsible for ensuring the safety and security of their country, so they may ask you a series of questions to understand your travel intentions better. Where are you going? Why? These questions are standard and are meant to ensure that you have a legitimate reason for your visit. Be honest and clear in your responses to avoid any misunderstandings. How long are you staying? Providing specific details about your travel plans can help expedite the process. Have your itinerary handy, including your return ticket, accommodation details, and any other relevant documents. Do you have a return ticket? A return ticket is often required to prove that you intend to leave the country after your visit. Make sure you have a printed or digital copy ready to show the border agent. Have you considered a career in competitive thumb twiddling? Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. While some questions may seem routine or even humorous, it's essential to take them seriously and provide accurate information. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. A lighthearted approach can sometimes ease the tension, but always remain respectful and cooperative. Border agents are there to do their job, and a positive attitude can make the process smoother for everyone involved. Be polite, be patient, and be prepared to prove you're not a threat to the fatherland. Patience is key, as border control can sometimes involve waiting in lines and undergoing thorough checks. Stay calm, follow instructions, and you'll be on your way to enjoying your trip in no time.